Anyways, we are going to get right into this. Speaking of coming on to people, this Dwight Howard situation has really gotten on my nerves.
How so?
It's frustrating, and I just don't know what to do. It's mind-boggling. I'm serious. I'm mind-boggled. This just stuff just blows me away. How come people? I'm creating a law right now. I'm just gonna put it this way. I'm creating a law. All people who are in the closet, let's bring your asses out. If you're a man and you like to play with ding-dings, just come out and tell people, yeah, I like to play with ding-dings. Yeah, I like women. If you're bisexual, I like women, but sometimes I like to get down with men. Just come out and admit it. Dwight Howard is an NBA player, the National Basketball Association, was once one of the top players in the league, probably top 5. As far as defense goes, he was Defensive Player of the Year. He was the #1 defensive player for several years. Rebound leader for several years. Block leader for several years. Big, tall, 6'11" dude. And then one of his, because I know he has a few children out there. But he was dealing with a woman that was on Miami, Basketball Wives Miami, whatever that show was called. I can't remember her name, but she's a little tiny little thing, but she had a lot of fire with her. I liked her. I liked the one with that spunk and that attitude. But there's come out, or their little report came out, or some tweets or Instagram posts that have come out from a transgender. And it's a man that looks feminine, but it's clearly a man. So this is not a young buck situation. It's not a man that's trying to pose as a woman. It's a man. He may have a wig or long hair and a little makeup, but it's clearly a dude. He ain't trying to fool anybody. Like one of them fiery homosexual men. Put out a post. Now I'm going to read some posts. Now you pay close attention, Shay, on the mic, because we're going to talk about Dwight Howard playing with mics. So, this cross-gender comes out and says, I was afraid to speak, but today my life was threatened after I was sexually harassed, threatened, and manipulated by someone I respected. My ex-boyfriend, NBA player Dwight Howard, and his camp, also catfished by his disrespectful ass pastor. Now, how much do you hear in there? How much?
Hold up. He was read that catfish part again.
It went over your head because the last part was so bad. You skipped over the part. It said boyfriend.
I heard that part, but the part that I want you to repeat is the catfish by your pastor.
All right, I'm gonna get to that part. I'm gonna read the boyfriend part.
Okay.
Again. And I only say that because when you bring up boyfriend, that means y'all have a firm relationship.
Correct.
It didn't say somebody I dealt with, somebody who I had sex with, someone who inboxed me or DM'd me. It said boyfriend. That means we're cuddling, kissing, talking late night on the phone, which we used to call phone boning.
Or phone sex.
Boyfriend. We're probably holding hands. They're going to movies together. Oh, okay. So, get to the part that you like. Threatened, sexually harassed, manipulated by somebody I respected. My ex-boyfriend. So, ex-boyfriend. NBA player Dwight Howard and his camp also and I was also catfished by his disrespectful ass pastor.
What?
So he is reading these people, girlfriend. He reading them, girlfriend. He reading them, girlfriend. They try to catfish me, girl. Bitch.
Shenanigans.
See, bitches. Them fishes. I'm the wrong bitch. All right. So let me read this next part. I met Dwight Howard a while back at Wild 'N Out, to be exact. Receipt. Because Dwight Howard was on Wild 'N Out. He was there. And this dude was obviously there. We made eye contact. And a week later, he was in my DMs. I'm used to dealing with celebrities, so automatically I told him hit me from his Finsta account. so our convo wouldn't get leaked. Finsta is a fake IG page, so people can't really trace. They can't trace you on Finsta. And she said she did that. And we know. And he did that. He said because he is a legend. And his name is Mason Elijah. Or Mason Elijah. I don't know. It's one of them fancy names. Masin is the first name. Second name Elije with an apostrophe. All right. This next part. And if they had IG accounts, they were going back and forth on IG, that means that there's more receipts. Receipts is the term people use for proof or evidence.
Yeah, I got you.
Not for you, but people out there.
People might not know.
We got
You're correct.
We got 83 people listening to this shit. The next part. Conversation started escalating to nudes being sent. So he's sending picture of his ding ding to Dwight Howard. And Dwight Howard sending pictures of his ding ding back to this dude. So it's
can't.
They send dick pics back and forth. I've never even thought of men sending dick pics to each other. This is actually kind of funny. I
don't even know. I can't laugh.
Then this is funny until that part. Oh my goodness. Okay. So in this, y'all excuse me, but I'm going to show some immaturity on this because some of this stuff is just funny to me. I'm not sexist nor homophobic. I do respect y'all community. This is funny, and I actually got tears in my eyes. So I'm gonna read this again. I'm gonna try to maintain my composure. Conversation started escalating to news being sent, escalating to me blowing his mind and him calling me every night on Instagram video chat. Time went by and shit started getting serious.
Oh my God.
He was fine, 6'11", goofy, very charming. She describes this Bama to a T. No wife and never been married. So of course I was interested. I kept it real. I want to do this in his voice so bad.
Please don't.
I kept it real with him and he kept it real with me about everything except one thing.
Please do your voice.
What's that one thing? Mason Elijah. Fast forward. I'm finally face to face with Dwight. And after that day, from my understanding, we had an understanding. So I'll just upload his screen record here, just in case his team decides to lie. Ain't no girl gonna ask you this. So he writes, does your mother, brother, friends know that you like to deal with trans and men? I was like Cat Williams. I gotta change. I gotta find a new way to say it.
You're gonna have to wait now. You're gonna just have to do it in your regular voice.
Does your mother, brother, friends know that you like to deal with trans and men? Or that's just something you've kept to yourself? Why are you asking me?
Are we doing the voices for real?
Why are you asking me for? I just like to know. I don't want to answer. Why? I don't want to. I can't know for real. There are 5 R's right here. FORRRREAL.
Stop it.
So after the for real, Dwight Howard says, it's nothing to know. So let's get to the next one. Fast forward. He's in season and I was unable to travel to every game. But every single night he called me and pretty much same old. Now, listen to that. He's in season, meaning Dwight Howard is playing basketball, and then my son Elijah says, I was unable to travel to every game, which means he traveled to some games. More receipts are going to be there. But every night, whether he was there, if they weren't together, Dwight would still call. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing all right. How did you do? I did all right in the game. Did you get any dunks? I got 2 dunks. I got 2 things for you to dunk.
Oh, MG. I knew it was going to go there.
Well, I don't want to dunk your ball. I just want to dunk you. All right, so let's get to the next one.
Okay, did you just make that part up, or
I just made that part up
about
the dunks and everything. Let's get to this next part. So I find out that he is basically sleeping with someone else. And here is how that went. So this is the someone else, a transgender prostitute that he also had an understanding with. I thought my good sis was a prostitute, but as my friend took a deeper look into her page, she actually hosts transgender sex parties that Dwight Howard allegedly often attends. So yes, I lost every bit of my mind. And yes, y'all, I tried to move my neck like I thought he would when he said every bit of my mind. Let's read this next part because it's almost at the end. So this is where the story begins. So one day, I started getting private calls. I was told that it was Dwight. I entertained a couple conversations, but turned out it was not Dwight. Began to be stalked and harassed by this person for days. They even called from Russia. Calvin works for Dwight, and Calvin begun to get irate, disrespectful, and homophobic as I continued to deny his hush money and said I wasn't signing the NDA. He tried to insult my intelligence by telling me Dwight doesn't know me and I never spoke to Dwight, despite me meeting him. So, breaking that down, she got mad, or he got mad, and he croaked on Dwight Howard. I hate you. You get on my nerves. I don't ever want to see you again. You are a bad example, and you're the problem with gay men because you sample transgender, but you don't want to settle down with one. I should have known. I should have known not to mess with you because you got a child but you don't be with the mother. I should have known you would have treated me like you treated her.
Oh gosh.
So, after that, Dwight knew it was over. He would no longer be dunking this guy, nor dunking his balls. And Dwight said, well, look here. Since we ain't together, Calvin, I want you to call her and make him sign an NDA. And that's a non-disclosure agreement because I don't want her telling people that I like to play with ding-dings. So Calvin allegedly calls Mason Elijah and makes threats and homophobic slurs and disrespect and all this kind of stuff and said, look, Dwight, wants you to take this $50,000. You can't say nothing, okay? You can't say nothing about him playing with your ding-ding. You can't say nothing about having sex with him. You can't tell people where his birthmark is. You can't tell people where his spot is. And Mason Elijah said, you tell that undercover fish that I said I'm not signing no contract not to say nothing. Now, if it's my business, it's my business. And if I want to share it, I can share it. But you can't put a price on me. I cannot be bought. So that's how that went down. So after that, Calvin was like, well, fuck you, man. You ain't no bad. You gay. You gay. That's what you is. There's something wrong with you. You gay. And Dwight, you ain't never meet Dwight before, as a matter of fact. You ain't got no proof. All right, so let's get to the next part. And like I said, we're almost at the end. So, allegedly, Calvin and Dwight's camp begun to tell me things like, we know where you're at. We are watching you. We saw what building you came out of. It even went as deep to telling me you're going to find a new residence. So at this point, I'm afraid for my life. I'm panicking. I'm having anxiety attacks. And for a whole week, I was bullied by Dwight's team. And Dwight Howard stood there and allowed his team to harass me. And I became a faggot in a wig. When Dwight is a 6'11" bottom. So let's break that down. Because that's getting real deep. I started out saying Dwight Howard was playing with ding-dings. It turns out Dwight Howard might not be playing with ding-dings. It turns out Dwight Howard had things playing with him. Now,
I just
that's
had
a
to
deep.
I
That's
just had to
deep.
close my eyes on that. I'm
That
telling
is deep.
you, that's too much.
So Dwight Howard's team, just like Tekashi 6ix9ine team, he's rolling with some dudes, and they're threatening this dude. Now a lot of people would take the money. Go ahead, they didn't give a price. He didn't say how much they were offering him: 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, whatever. But evidently the price wasn't high enough, or he can't be bought.
He can't be bought.
So now they're making threats and everything. But how about if they just walked away and said, "All right, we cool. You know what I'm saying? Things didn't work out, but you know, we still cool like that. You know, anytime I come to your city, you get free tickets, whatever." Leave it like that. And maybe he would never tell the story, but you gonna make threats, and now he got to protect himself. So after all the threats, talking about where he live and all that kind of stuff, yeah, and he had the anxiety attacks and all that kind of stuff. And he feels like they had a close relationship. We were boyfriend and boyfriend.
Boyfriend and boyfriend.
Boyfriend and boyfriend. So as friends, you're supposed to look out for me and protect me. Certain things no harm should come my way because of you. That's what he's saying. So then he posted a picture of Calvin and said, "This is who harassed me. This is who this is who harassed me. This is who threatened me. This is who called me over and over and over again, calling me a fag and a freak." Now, maybe he is a freak. Maybe Dwight Howard said, "Yeah, dude, a freak." And Calvin was like, "All right, well, I'm going to call him a freak for you." And Calvin is pictured with the woman, which is messed up. But Calvin got...
Is it a picture?
Yeah.
I didn't see this picture.
There's a picture of Calvin.
Of the whole thing. Are they together?
That's the dude. The picture of the dude right there. On the left. Go ahead, you can make it larger. And on the...
OMG.
And on the right is Calvin. And if I'm the girl, you know, I know the girls this was Calvin. I know she's like, hey, how come you couldn't crop me out in this picture? Why you gotta put me in here?
OMG.
Cause now she gonna be called.
I gotta see this picture a little bit more. Because I'm like,
I'm gonna let you see all of them.
You got the ponytail and everything.
Yeah, give me that thing back. This is the last one. This morning I woke up to a text stating, "You're a dead man walking, and you're playing with fire. I have no idea who sent it, but I found out from a reliable source Calvin is allegedly a dangerous person and a hypocrite. I want you guys to know I have already contacted police, but if anything shall happen to me, this is the truth. Here is my proof, and I don't want you guys to ever stop fighting for me and what is right. Dwight Howard is heartless and has the power to stop all this, but he won't. Calvin is allegedly a dangerous person and a hypocrite." Now, the hypocrite can mean a couple of things. Number one, it could mean he's rolling with the homosexual or bisexual, yet he talks badly about homosexuals and bisexuals.
Make himself sound good.
To other people.
Yeah.
But he won't do it to Dwight because Dwight is his friend. But he will attack other homosexuals or transgender on Dwight Howard's behalf. Or it could mean Dwight might be messing around a little bit too. You know, Dwight might have said something on the side. But anyway,
because he said he found out he was with somebody else.
And then on top of that, there's a recording of Dwight Howard and him talking.
Do you have that?
I don't know how clear it would be on here, but there's definitely a recording.
There's always a recording. It's always a recording.
And she has her receipts, and she wasn't playing. She said, "I'm not playing with all this."
But my thing is, either you're going to be careful about what you're doing or you're going to be messy.
Well, they're doing a little bit of both.
That's because he wasn't careful, because he did some stuff that want this to be messy.
But the dude, this seems like a reliable.
But how did the team find out?
Dwight told him. I said, "Yeah, this dude, lying on me. He gonna try to come out and say we having sex, and I've been his boyfriend and that I call him every night, and that I flew him out to games, and that my nickname is Cupcakes. You try to say all that, but none of that stuff true. And that he know my spot.
Cupcake.
He don't really know my spot or nothing like that. All this stuff is fake. So Dwight came out trying to protect himself. This goes out to Homeland Security, the FBI, and DC Police Department. You all brought in Tekashi 6ix9ine to help in bringing in Tekashi 6ix9ine on charges. You all need to bring in Calvin and Dwight Howard if all these alleged facts turn out to be true. Y'all need to bring Dwight Howard and his team in for harassing this guy and for making life difficult for this guy. And also, indirectly, this is going to help the Washington Wizards get that large contract off their books and stop all this attention being drawn to the Wizards, because they got enough issues with John Wall messing up and not living up to his potential, and the huge contract they gave to Art Porter that he's not living up to. It's too much going on, and then to bring Dwight Howard and all this transgender threatening and all this kind of stuff, y'all need to help with this. So Dwight Howard is a bottom. So does it matter if Dwight Howard's on the top or the bottom? How does that make you feel as a woman, Shay, when a man is a bottom? A bisexual masculine man is a bottom. How does that make you feel? Do you look at him differently if he's a bottom or if he's on the top?
Why did you have to say it like that? Bottom, he's masculine, and he's on the bottom or the top.
I feel like Rocky's training Mick.
Oh, God.
So, is there a difference? Do you look at them the same?
I think him being on the bottom makes him more demasculated. What is the word?
Emasculated.
Emasculated.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I see that. I see that. I see what you mean. Some people want to say gay is gay. You gay as a man. If you're gay, you're automatically feminine. But I can see how there's a difference between the two, because being a giver may be seen as still holding on to some masculinity, whereas being a receiver means you done gave them all masculinity.
Yeah.
And you also invest in Astroclap. So if a man, now this woman told me, if a man has the 16-ounce bottles of Astroglide and they're nearby, that she's super skeptical of him, and that makes her automatically give him the finger test.
Are you serious?
Yes. And that's when the woman,
that's some new stuff, y'all.
While things is going down, the woman grabs the man by his butt, or she slides a finger or two down while she's doing whatever, just to test him. See if he gonna clench, flinch, jump, choke the hell out of her, or if he gonna say,
oh wow.
If he messed up, and one was like, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, gosh. Now I don't know if I can hear that song anymore. I'm thinking about him when he level up. Come on.
But it never bothered me that Dwight Howard is bisexual. It never bothered me. Number one, that's his business. Yeah, that's
as long as he's playing good basketball.
Well, if he's playing against your team, you want him playing good basketball. But it first came out to me years ago, because there's a video on YouTube. I don't know if it's still there, but you all check. Dwight Howard grabs man's penis. So they're on the basketball court. Dwight Howard was injured, so he's in street clothes.
Was he grabbing?
One of his fellow players is sitting down. Dwight Howard comes, and as he's sitting down, he places his hand. He didn't just place his hand in the dude's lap. First of all, you don't place your hand in somebody else's lap by accident. But as he's sitting down, he grabs this man's eggplant. That's the video I saw today, which I'm about to show you. Okay. The video I saw previously was when Dwight Howard was with Houston, and he sat down and grabbed this man's eggplant, and the man tried to move his hand, and Dwight Howard looked at him like, "Hey, it's mine.
Oh my God!
Don't touch my hand." And dude didn't push his hand away again, and Dwight Howard just grabbed his eggplant and was just holding it in the middle of a game. They're on the bench. There's a crowd behind them.
And I guess that's how he played basketball. That's how he.
He was injured, and he didn't know cameras were all over the place. And somebody, and this is right in the video. So once I saw that, because all type, and I'm not one who gets into man code, but you can't say, "Oh, well, you're gay if you do this," or that's gay acting if you do that. I don't get involved in that. Some things are skeptical, but you can easily do something skeptical and not be that way. Mm-hmm. Like some people say, if you get a manicure or pedicure, that you gay or whatever. I mean, that's not. I don't entertain all that stuff. Not true. But if you walking around grabbing ding dings and holding that, there's no question.
That's why he's injured. That's an injured thing.
Well, speaking of injuries, there's also a report that he couldn't run up and down the court because Mason Elijah had that eggplant.
Do you supposed to disclose that though? Why would you say that? Why would you say he just has an injury he's not going to drive?
How come it's 2018? Just come out. Say, yeah, so what? I'm bottom. So what I like, I ain't going to know whether I'm a top or bottom in your business. But yeah, I mess with dudes sometimes. Why don't you just come out and say that?
Because maybe he doesn't want to. It's his business. He don't want to just divulge his private business.
But look what he has to deal with. Sneaking around, making threats. Way to two. Because I think the FBI should really get Dwight Howard on charges.
Well, my thing is...
terrorist threats. You're terrorizing Mason Elijah. Elijah didn't sign up for this.
First of all, maybe Dwight Howard doesn't want to talk about his private business. He wanted to keep it private. He doesn't want everybody to know his sexual preferences.
So keep it private and just say, hey, this is how it's going down. We're going to keep this on the DL. I'm not committing to this. I don't want to be there, but I just want to be undercover. I'm not as brave as you. Mm-hmm. I can't come out the closet and live as an openly gay or trans person like you. This is how I'm living. Can you roll with it? Can you dribble with me? And Mason Elijah has the option of dealing with him or not.
That's true.
But it gets to the point now that you have to lose money. You have to threaten people. You have to get other people in on it.
But that's because Elijah, or whatever the dude's name is, C2, when you get into a relationship where you don't want other people to know your personal business, and the other person wants to, why not? I want to feel like I should be able to hold hands when we go to
Mason Elijah is not saying that.
But I'm just saying that's when it gets a little difficult when people want to show their relationship openly. Mm-mm. But my thing is, he shouldn't have told. He shouldn't have said nothing to nobody, so that it wouldn't be the situation now.
It gets difficult when Elijah doesn't sign an NDA form.
Well, it wouldn't have got to that point. It should have got to that point
from the beginning, because you can still violate the NDA. So if you violate the NDA, that means all you can do is say, "No, I didn't. He violated the NDA. He violated the NDA. He wasn't supposed to tell y'all that we having sex and that he hitting it and I'm on the bottom. He wasn't supposed to tell y'all none of that. He promised he would never tell." That's all you can do after somebody violates an NDA.
But my thing is, there wouldn't have to come to that if nothing was told or nothing was said to anybody.
If he didn't tell Calvin and the person that's calling from Russia.
Thank you.
Anybody calling from Russia?
It's Calvin.
It's that little app. They probably got the phone app. And he's like, I don't want them to know where I'm calling from, so I call from this area code. And Calvin wasn't bright enough to realize.
Everybody likes a little drama, so therefore that's why this came to light.
So you're saying Dwight Howard is turned on by all this?
I think so. Or dude is not telling the whole truth.
I think dude is telling the whole truth, but I think he is the problem. I think Dwight Howard has been overly I ain't gonna say overly. He's been criticized for not playing early in the season, and I think Dwight Howard resented Mason Elijah for really messing his butt up. So he said, that's why I cheated, because you too big and you ripped me apart, and I told you to be gentle. I don't care if I got a 16 ounce of Astro Glide. I told you to be gentle and you was rough. So yeah, I went to that party to find somebody who was more sensitive and delicate.
You could be right about that.
That might be.
You
know
might,
what?
You might have a point.
Dwight Howard, if you need a lawyer, hit me up, and I want the money up front. I signed the NDA. You can tell I don't want to hear what you had done to you by this guy, but I will defend you that he hurt you to the point where you couldn't play, and that's why you were cheating.
How tall is the other guy?
Other guy, I don't know, but he's probably 5'9", 5'10". It just look funny, huh? The visual look funny. Hey,
how'd you know?
I'm about to get in the bed. You gonna tear? Oh, I'm gonna tear it up. Oh, you gonna tear it up?
Yeah, I'm
gonna tear you up, Dwight. Oh my goodness! But there's not too much left to say. But they need to bring them up on charges and fire a warning shot. The FBI and Homeland Security and the police fire a warning shot to everybody out there that's making threats because they're trying to conceal their homosexual behavior and heterosexual behavior too. Because Ray Caruth went to jail because he didn't shot the woman. You know what I'm saying? He just getting out. His little long haired self. Anybody who put somebody through all this, because that could easily be Mason Elijah, and Mason Elijah, to his credit, he knows it's not a game. He knows that he can easily be shot or killed or, you know, have some bodily harm done to him because Dwight has a lot of money. And dumb people like Calvin. In the past, you got the pastor harassing him.
That's what I'm saying.
So Elijah's putting it out there, look, I know they can do something to me, so if anything happens to me, y'all fight for me. All y'all transgenders across the country, y'all fight. Y'all fight for me. We can stand together under one rainbow.
We're going to have to circle back around for this story to see how it unfolds.
Yeah. And Dwight, you got to raise the numbers in the basketball court because that'll make everything go away. And you're going to have a whole bunch of new fans just come out and say, this is me. This is who I am. Yes, I like to play with the kitty cat, but I also like when the eggplant plays with me.
This is me. 3 snaps, 6.
Yes, that's some good. Dwight, come out that closet, tell people, so what? Y'all make all y'all jokes all y'all want, but yeah, I like this little ding-ding sometimes. Yeah, so what? I get more.
They can't be little.
I get more vagina and ding-ding than you, so what you want? Let's come out and admit it. Don't take on Mason, Elijah anymore, anybody else who's not going to be gentle with you or anybody else's his size. Take on something that you can, take off a size that you can bite off. Or don't bite off what you can chew. However the saying goes when it comes to this act, which I can't.
I don't know if that was even a good analogy to use.
I tried. Don't sail with a big ship if you have a small ocean.
We're gonna go with that.
All right, because
we're gonna wrap that up.
Yeah, they lucky you stopped me when you did, because I had a whole bunch of my husbands.
I know you did. So I guess that was a whole bunch of lies.
Don't try to put a banana on
no lyrics at all
in a soda bottle. Whole bunch of lies.
I said a whole bunch of lies and not
whole
much
bunch
lyrics.
Of lies. And Calvin, if I were the FBI, I'd handcuff you and let Mason deal with you.
Oh my gosh. We out on that note. We thank y'all for tuning in with Shay on the mic and Money Green.
And Mason be like, so you want to call me, huh? You want to threaten my life? Somebody you know where I live? But I'm right here, right now.
We out, Money Green. Money Green.
And I'm not
we
gonna
out.
Use, and all that Astro Glide, I'm not going to use that. I ain't going to use that this time. I'm not going to do what I did to Dwight. I'm going to use it on you raw. Without the Astro Glide, you going to get it raw. Like old dirty bastard. Ooh, Calvin, I like it raw. Yeah, Calvin, I like it raw.